Welcome back to my corner of the internet. Okay, so today I'm reacting to a video by Info Overload, one of my favourite YouTube channels of 2020. No joke. Lost count how many videos of theirs that I've watched. Anyway, okay, this is the top 10 problematic influencer apologies 2020. Honestly, this year's been a shit show. Just saying that first and foremost. Probably say it again in another video. Depends on how drunk I am. Anyway, and since I'm reacting to YouTubers, people on the internet apologizing for stuff, again, if you didn't know, I did it again, like the end of October, start of November. Got very hammered in that video. Don't know how I woke up the next day. Okay, let me just get out the key things for a good apology video. First off, okay, already got the first bit down packed. Script, reading it off my phone. The script to read off your phone or whatever device you use. Make sure you have your apology written down first, and then, okay, the water for the fake tears. Oh fuck. For the fake tears. Okay. Now I've got that down. One tear. Just thought I'd shed one. Gosh. It really go downhill since my day's come to an end. Perfect end to a perfect day. Okay. Now I've got that out of the way, and now I've got the fake tears and the script. Make sure, last thing, make sure that you make it obvious that you're reading from the script in the apology video. That's the key, and that was the key successful this is the key elements for a good apology video. And I'm pouring my drink before time. Okay, so further ado, my thing on record.
As we wind down a year that really, let's be honest guys, no one could have predicted it would have played out the way it did. It seems one thing has remained consistent year in and year out, and likely will until the end of time. Influencers' apologies. Year after year,
yes,
we see the internet celebrities take over, reaching new heights, only to be exposed by a former friend, co-worker, lover, who knows?
Lover.
To do things that cross the line and expose themselves, only to end up making a teary-eyed apology video on YouTube, which will obviously help grow their brand even more while getting back in the YouTube community's good graces. It seems one thing is for sure, there are always going to be influencer apologies. So we figured, why not wrap the year with some of the best of the worst? Today on Info Overload, we're counting down the top 10 problematic influencer apologies of 2020. But before we do, make sure you guys smash that like button. Otherwise, you'll have to make an apology video and send it to the entire IOC. And we don't want that. All right, let's go. Starting us off at number 10, we got Shane Dawson. I mean, this guy really had a rough year, but it seems it was a long time coming.
If I had my every single time his name was brought up. Oh, gosh. I cannot deal. I need to make the drink stronger. Okay.
Has been in the spotlight for so long, it almost seemed inevitable that Shane, along with tons of other YouTubers who were the first to rise to fame using the platform, were going to face some sort of backlash. This year it's happened to tons of creators who some would consider to be pioneers of YouTube. Jenna Marbles and Colleen Ballinger are two of the names that come to mind. And even though people were more accepting of their apologies and feel they shouldn't have been canceled, it still led to both of them creating videos. As we know, Jenna has since left the platform and isn't expected to return anytime soon. And although Colleen did address her past, some just weren't willing to move on. Shane's situation is different, as he did some shady stuff this year, and it led to him getting canceled, which led to his past biting him as well. However, it seems unlike Colleen and Jenna, Shane's past was just adding insult to injury, and after posting his apology, it seems people weren't going to forgive or forget anytime soon. Shane has since appeared to start making somewhat of a comeback, but we'll see how things play out. Number 9, Tana Mongeau. Tana has seen her including her only
I gotta say this now. I just gotta get this off my chest. Tana's apology this year, I think, has gone down in history as the worst apology I have ever seen in my life. Ever! Oh, wow. Now I've got that off my chest. Let's hear what he has to say.
Fans, her fake marriage to Jake Paul, when she was called out for partying during the pandemic and she said she didn't care. Of course, there were also the racist microaggressions and gaslighting she was accused of by old friends. Let's just say this wasn't her first rodeo. And to no surprise, Tana has made tons of apology videos, tweets, posts, and so on. But this time around, it seems people had enough. And they were ready to cancel Tana Mongeau once and for all. So she did what she does best and made an apology video apologizing for her past, as well as always making apology videos. I know, what a joke this has become. And no shade to Tana, I'm sure she's not a bad person, just made some mistakes, but like, yikes. People accused her apology video of being scripted, and it's easily become one of her most disliked videos, with an almost 3-to-1 dislike to like ratio.
Bruh, it was scripted! It was scripted!
You probably know all about the
Bella Thorne
fiasco, but if you don't,
yes.
She's pretty much the reason OnlyFans had to change how often they pay their creators, and also put limits on how much their creators can be tips. And as much as I want to say,
look how Tana's X is on this list
I
too.
think it's safe to say this all falls on Thorne, who made over $2 million in less than a week after joining the platform. And to no surprise, with hundreds of people paying $200 for just one photo of Thorne, who posts the exact same type of content to her Instagram page, well, they wanted a refund immediately, for good reason. And with that many customers asking for their money back, odds are the company was going to do something to make sure this never happened again. Now those who post on the site need to wait 30 days instead of a week's time to receive their payouts. There's also limits on how much people could charge, as well as a limit on how much someone could get tipped. Which really, like, why would OnlyFans put a limit on that? And what really
hashtag Bella Thorne ruined OnlyFans with everybody.
Jumped on the site for research purposes, citing a film. Taking to Twitter, Thorne would kind of apologize, tweeting out, "Remove the stigma behind sex, sex work, and the negativity."
It's like a sorry, not sorry apology.
By bringing a mainstream face to it. That's what I was trying to do.
Let me read out this apology, because I don't think I've read the full thing. Okay. Yeah. This strikes me as a sorry, not sorry. Sorry, I'll compensate you, but I won't really. Damn. This is why you should not put these influencers on a pedestal. What are they influencing? They're probably influencing little kids, but people my age, who they're influencing? They aren't influencing shit. Okay.
To help bring more faces to the site to create more revenue for content creators on this site. I wanted to bring attention to the site. The more people on the site, the more likely they have a chance to normalize the stigmas. And in trying to do this, I hurt you. I am a mainstream face, and when you have a voice, a platform, you try to use you in helping others and advocate for something bigger than yourself. Again, in this process, I hurt you, and for that, I am truly sorry. I don't know. Maybe she's not. Maybe she is. You guys gotta let me know. Number 7, we got Jeffree Star. Honestly, guys, I feel like
it was wrong. Every single time I hear Jeffree Star's name now, I just think of him and that apology video of his where he's doing what I'm doing here, sitting on my couch with his robe, looking bougie as shit. By the way, this is not a robe that I'm wearing; it's fake for a jacket. Anyway, he was on there wearing this robe, sitting on his couch, looking all bougie as shit, going, "It was wrong." I'm done. Sad this year. Sad this year. Next year, all we do is just rinse Jeffree Star for days. Okay.
Well, it always features Shane, Jeffree, or James, and for good reason. They're the faces of the YouTube beauty community, which is known more for the drama it produces than any content related to anything beauty. And as was the case in the summer of 2020, Jeffree decided to post an apology video following suit of pretty much any and every other YouTuber who was going to apologize for something this year. However, as is usually the case with Star, his apology was received with mixed reception, as tons of people felt he didn't address much.
It was so fake as shit.
Deflecting. Although he did apologize to James Charles, even that was considered to be somewhat half. With Jeffree claiming he's sorry, but trying to put the blame on others. Sometimes you gotta just hold yourself accountable.
These lot
really has trouble doing that.
These are involved in Jab again. They should have just taken accountability instead of just throwing each other under the bus. Like, for reals. By the way, after this, I'm contemplating to watch her bias the video again. I know she deleted it, but I saw the other day that someone reposted it. Let's see how that's aged up at the end of 2020, right? Probably not very well. But, you know. Honestly. Look, he's up to just throw each other into the bus, I swear.
Time and time again. At number 6, we got Trisha Paytas. I really try to be as neutral as other creators, and I always do keep in mind that a lot of these people are entertainers and genuinely don't act the way they appear on camera. But there are certain people, such as Jake Paul, Jeffree Star, and of course Trisha, who I just feel are exactly how you expect them to be. Maybe it's an act for the camera, but I mean, who would want to play this type of character for so long? It's like playing a villain in a TV show for numerous seasons, but instead it's real life and the seasons are your age. It's just awful. Either way, Trisha has issued dozens of apologies over the course of her career, with the most recent one coming just a few weeks ago after she stormed off the Frenemies podcast. For those of you unaware, Trisha and Ethan Klein from H3H3 Productions launched a podcast together in which they pretty much just argue and talk about controversial subjects. After mentioning Ethan's wife, Hila, during an episode, Ethan mentioned how Hila didn't want to be talked about and that they should move on. This led to a bit of a blowout, and Trisha stormed off the show. Trisha would end up making 2 videos, one in which she admitted to regret walking off and the things she said, and the other being a response to an H3H3 live stream, which Trisha felt was biased against her. In the second video, Trisha claimed she'd be blocking both Ethan and Hila's number, but she's since returned to the show. So there's that. Halfway now at 5, Gabby DiMartino. One of the more situations on our list here, Gabby decided to post a video to her OnlyFans page. Nothing wrong with that.
This was just a shit show waiting to happen.
Her OnlyFans page removed, but she also had to issue an apology. For those of you unaware, Gabby thought selling an old video for $3 with the caption, "Won't put my panties on," would be a good idea. Now, normally, I'm sure on OnlyFans, that is the way to go about it. The issue here is Gabby's video was from when she was a child. Imagine people weren't expecting to pay $3 to get a form of child, well, you know. To no surprise, after people realized what they now possessed was technically a Class D felony, and just the situation at hand in general, well, Gabby started facing some serious backlash.
Oh my god.
She tried to play it off like she was just trying to prank or she was...
This was a joke. This was bad. This was bad. I think this one blew everything out the wall. I'm sorry, but... Oh, God. He started his OnlyFans as a Finsta. A Finsta. No one has to pay for a Finsta, though. Your fans don't have to pay for a Finsta, do they? You put it behind a paywall on an 18 and over platform. What? I first heard this, I nearly spat out. I nearly spat out in Malibu. In shock. Like, this is insanity. I cannot. I'm carrying on now.
But that really didn't fly. Taking to Twitter, DiMartino apologized, writing, "The video was a goofy throwback family moment that I wanted to share with my personal OnlyFans fancy babies. I am sorry this wasn't thought out completely. I apologize. The video is down. I am sorry again if this came out wrong." You bet, it did come out wrong. On to number 4, we got Perez Hilton. After being a fan apparently feels like dying, as the 42-year-old put it, Hilton decided to make a video asking for help from fans and the app's top creators to get his account back. Taken to nearly all of his platforms, including YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, Perez posted a teary-eyed video in which he said, I quote, "The reason that TikTok gave me for permanently banning my account without any warning is multiple community guidelines violations. I'm feeling numb, and I don't want to seem overly dramatic, but I feel like my world is crumbling. This feels like death to me." Throughout the video, he tries to explain his stance on the situation and makes it clear he doesn't think he's ever bullied anyone on the platform.
If how much any more projects are probably bang it up
again. That being said, it seems most people were happy to see him removed,
just
so
say that on my
I'm not sure he'll be back anytime soon. Bringing us to number 3, we got James Charles. You guys remember when I said James, Jeffree, and Shane are pretty much on every list? It seems they just don't learn. However, James's apology was at least more sincere and wasn't related to some shady moves he made in the past. Instead, he was apologizing for something that many felt he was being hypocritical about, taking the pandemic seriously. After James was seen at a party in LA, even during COVID restrictions, he decided to address the backlash he was receiving in a video titled A Day in the Life with James Charles. In the video itself, he posted a statement which included, I quote, "People's safety and keeping COVID-19 contained is far more important than celebrating a friend's birthday, and unsafe partying is not something I want to promote to my audience. I recognize that with my platform comes responsibility, and I encourage you guys to be smarter than I was. Wear your masks and continue to social distance. Love you." I mean, at least he held himself accountable for going to the party. You know, I mean, he was at the Hype House, they had a big party, nobody had to wear masks. And he's one to always be like, wear your mask, stay safe, guys. COVID's very real and scary. And then he was doing this, and everyone's like, hold on a second, bucko. What are you doing here? And then he was like, you know what? You're right. I'm sorry. So Good for him. On to number 2, we got Charli D'Amelio. Following a video in which the D'Amelios and James Charles were seen having dinner together, courtesy of their personal chef, this 16-year-old TikTok star would make a comment that seemed to upset hundreds of thousands of people. Although Charli's older sister, Dixie, would upset tons of people for spitting out the snail as well as her other comments about the food, it seems Charli's comment about not reaching 100 million followers within a year on TikTok is what stuck the most. And people were pissed. After James joked that 95 million following her wasn't good enough, it seems viewers didn't find her comments as funny. This led to Charli losing 800,000 followers and, of course, receiving tons of backlash online, to the point that she made a video addressing it all. Fighting back tears, the 16-year-old explained, blatantly disrespecting the fact that I'm a human being is not okay. You can hate on me for whatever I've done, but the fact that all of this is happening because of a misunderstanding, I just feel like that's not okay. If this is the community that I put myself in, I don't know if I want to do that anymore. I love every single person that supports and follows me, and I hope you guys know that. Now, where I feel the problem lies is that grown adults felt the need to attack a 16-year-old. Honestly, guys, that's the problem. She's still 16. She's got some growing up to do, but the fact that a lot of her supporters turned on her, people allegedly sent her death threats, among other forms of harassment. Well, I mean,
that was too far. That was too far.
She did apologize for saying what she said, but she's 16. If I had this platform when I was 16, you guys would hate me. I was such a different person. And then I grew up, and now I'm as great as I am. I'm like a king.
I thought I had it when I was 13.
But back then, I was like a prince.
No,
I'm still a douche. At number 1, Zoe Laverne. This was just such a messy and gross situation. But in a nutshell, 19-year-old Zoe apologized for kissing and catching feelings for Connor Joyce. Jackpot!
And then the ad just killed the mood. Okay.
Actually,
great stuff.
11:43 was pretty special.
54, clean the floor.
Okay.
There's a winner every minute on Jackpot Joy, who is 13. Although she denied the grooming allegations made against her, she explained that she became best friends with Connor, and after the kissing video got leaked, she understood why the situation was bad.
Oh,
Taking
yeah.
the comments of some of her videos, as well as doing a live stream, Zoe explained, I quote, I didn't groom Connor. I wouldn't do that. He's a kid, and I'm aware of that. It just happened. We were both in a dark place when we first became friends, and we both just ended up catching feelings for each other. And friends do that.
Oh.
They catch feelings for each other. That's not a bad thing. Yes, the age is a bad thing. Yes, it's wrong. Yes, it's not good. We both realized that, and we stopped. Connor, as well as Zoe's mother, both have addressed the situation as well, and to no surprise, we're trying to downplay the severity of it all. Which is wild, because I feel like if roles were reversed and it was a 19-year-old guy with a 13-year-old girl, way different situation. Lose their account, canceled. I know Zoe got canceled, but it seems like she still has like a lot of support. She's got like 17 million followers on TikTok, which is like...
What?
But not my
What?
Now, as always, guys, let me know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. I'm sure I missed some, but as I said before, with every year comes more apologies, so I'll be sure to see you guys at the end of 2021 with another list just like this one. Want to wish you guys a very happy and healthy new year, but for now, let's reply to some good old comments from the video. Elon Musk wants son to be Prince of Canada. Kimmy Robinson said...
Okay, I think we're done here. Okay. Yeah, we're done here. They're going to start reading quotes from a previous video. I might watch that video after I've filmed the next one. Okay. Well, where do I begin with this? I'm pretty sure I said most of the things I wanted to say already. Okay. We've got to stop putting these people on pedestals. We've got to. We just got to stop putting these people on pedestals. Because when we do, we're just gonna feel absolutely let down and outraged when when the deplorable things they've done in their past comes out, stuff, the shenanigans in the present that is very questionable and problematic is shown. You're just gonna get all disappointed. Moral of the story: do not put these on pedestals, right? Okay, I'm done here. I'm gonna go change jackets, and that's pretty much it. Get some more Malibu and Coke, and I'll see you in the next one.